Hey, what's up? Welcome to Degen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Mobileye Global, ticker symbol MBLY. And so here I am recording this during market hours on Friday, June 14th. And the current price is just below $28 a share, being down nearly 4% so far on the day, but that could change as trading is not over yet. And so I did get a request to go over this ticker, and I just wanted to share my thoughts since we have seen a pretty big pullback from the highs hit on June 10th, being at a price of $33.26 at that high and coming down from there by about 16%. And so, yeah, I've done this Fibonacci retracement going from the low that was hit on May 31st at a price of $25.01 going up to that high hit on the 10th. And from that, we can see a few levels that we have or will potentially be retracing to. And so one of those, or really two of those levels, make up the golden pocket here, ranging from 65% to the 618, ranging from prices of right around $28, $27.90 to $28.16. And when I first started looking at the chart, just before recording this video, we were trading below the 65% level, so below that golden pocket. But now we're right in the middle there. And so I think it's going to be pretty important to see where Mobileye closes at. Whether we close below the golden pocket, within it, or above the 618, I do think that will be pretty telling. But one thing that does concern me a little bit, you might notice it, is there is a gap here. And so the close of June 6th was at a price of $27.40, so right where the cursor is there, and we have not yet filled that gap. So it is quite possible that price will be coming down to that level to fill that gap before either continuing higher or consolidating and then, either going up or down from there. And so I feel like price will likely be coming down there, but since, we might be finding support at the golden pocket, maybe this is as low as it goes and maybe that gap does get left behind. But, like I said, I do feel like it's more likely that that gap will be filled and price could be coming down to right around the 786, which is at a price of $26.78. And that line does also seem to correspond with the tops of this consolidation over here. So I suspect that would be acting as support if price does continue down and arrives at that level. So that could be a really nice dip buying opportunity. And then I also do have this yellow uptrend that is based on a couple pivot lows. And so as we can see here, the low hit on February 23rd was at a price of $23.49. I just connect that with the low over here of 25.01. And that's how I get that trend line. And so really, I think that wherever price does settle out at, if it does come down, break below the 786, I do think this uptrend will be an important level to hold. So, I don't want to see price coming back to 25.01, but if it does, maybe that is just, the stock coming down to sweep the lows, get anybody that has a stop loss there to liquidate their position, and then from there start to go higher. So if price does break below this level, I'd look for a quick wick below 25.01 and then a pullback, a bounce above, hopefully to reclaim this uptrend. But if that doesn't happen, if 25.01 is lost, the next level down is really, this low at 23.49. If we break below that, I believe that is an all-time low. If not, it is the 52-week low. So that is one we definitely want to be holding. And then I also did want to point out that the lows over here hit in March, the beginning of March, do seem to correspond with the lows that we recently hit when we formed this other pivot low to form that uptrending level. So maybe that is, a significant level of support. But like I said, I do think it would be good for the stock price to be holding this uptrend. And then I also wanted to point out this green line here at 32.71, that being the high hit on January 9th. And I do think that was a pretty interesting level because we did get a triple, or, perhaps you could think of it as a quadruple top with this one candle opening above, but then closing below it. And so that does seem like there was a lot of resistance there. Could not get any closes above that level, but we did get multiple wicks above, multiple candles opening above it. So, $32.71, right around $33, pretty tough level to get above. And then just above that, I do have $34 marked, that really just being an approximate level, but that did happen to be the high that was hit on April 4th. And so, that just being a psychological level, a whole number, no change there. That's how we tend to think. And there was a lot of resistance there. We could not get up high enough to fill this gap, getting to right around $40 a share. So the close from January 3rd was at a price of $39.72. So that blue line mark there, that will be a pretty important level to get back to. But, with this pullback that we've been seeing, I do think we could be coming down to the 786, and I suspect we will likely be testing this yellow uptrend. And one way to get another idea of where we might be pulling back to, I can do a Fibonacci extension. So going from the high here at $34, coming down to the low at $25.01, really just being approximate, and then coming back up to the high here at $33.26. And so from that, we can see a couple levels that potentially do stand out. One of those being the 618, which we did basically wick down to so far on the day, hitting a low of 27.73, that being exactly the 618, assuming I drew those levels to the penny. Actually, not to the penny, so I'm just going to adjust them here. And so with that being said, now that level is at 27.71. The low today so far being just 2 pennies above it. So maybe that is a level that corresponding not only with that 618 from the extension, but also the golden pocket. But if we do break lower, if we do break below the 786, the next level down from that extension is the 786. That is at a price of $26.20. Or if we do break below this uptrend, break below 25.01, maybe get a wick down to 24.27. And maybe that's a good dip buying opportunity. But one thing that does stand out as being encouraging as we do make our way down, we do see that volume has been diminishing. While the volume for today, June 14th, is not complete since trading is not yet over, volume has steadily been decreasing as price has been coming down. Once that starts to flatten out, that will suggest that a bottom could be in and that price could be turning around. But we could be seeing price come down a couple more dollars before we see that happen. So, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.